Yo, what's up you guys, it's over here back again with another video, and today it's pretty much just gonna be a I had like these old Snap stories just saved on Snapchat. Snapchat's kind of like one of those apps that like it innovated when it came to the existence of like stories and how we use them now on like most social medias, where every social media pretty much made that like a feature to have stories and like being able to send pictures and just like being able to open them once and stuff like that. But yeah, anyways, I have all these stories from Snapchat saved, and I figured I'd just like put them all together into like one video and sort of like explain what I was doing at that point in time. This is around like January, February of earlier this year, and I decided I was gonna like try to do the whole thing where like I try to learn all these technologies for various platforms and try to create my own version so that I can like keep it within my friend group and just eventually see if I can like, you know, look forward to it in the future. I'm walking around my house right now because I'm getting ready to go to the gym. What we're at now basically is just that idea of being able to like replicate those social media sites. The big overall vision in like one word is be able to like put them all together. And so this is pretty much like the coverage of when I initially started earlier this year, and the project was put on hold for a long time, pretty much indefinitely, just because I had to focus more on school, because you'll see in the videos like starting to like neglect school a little bit. And either way, a lot of good things came out of it, just because like that was me sort of like actually implementing the little skills I had in HTML and CSS. And I had to learn how to use Linux so I could set up a web server, and a friend at the time really got me into doing that and helped me like pretty much with every step of the way. That pretty much gave me a lot of things, and it's been a while since then, so I have to do that again. But after that moment, I came back to, you know, sort of like the web dev thing around I think September or August, I don't know, somewhere in the summer. So a couple months later, after I ditched the project I'm like showing off in this video, and that's when I made like the whole Discord clone thing. And in the Discord clone, I actually start using React and React Redux, which is a API sort of like library for JavaScript. I've never actually learned JavaScript formally the same way I did like HTML or CSS, apart from like my computer science class in high school, which was on code.org, which is essentially JavaScript. So, you know, that's like the very little experience I have. The Discord project is pretty much what got me into like, you know, starting to use APIs and starting to use libraries and stuff like that. I'm actually working on the personal site right now. I got started with it a couple days ago now. I'm still very much setting it up. It's not anywhere near done, and I still have to like do all these other things so I can like, you know, I have to learn how to set up the server again. If I'm gonna actually host a server, I have to buy a domain, or I have to like buy a server to host and all this stuff. But yeah, pretty much this video is just gonna be me showing what I had back then a couple months ago, the progress I had made, and sort of does illustrate the vision that I have for that project, which I do plan to come back eventually at some point, and use an actual library instead of just, you know, plain HTML and CSS. Yeah, in this video, I show the progress I made and sort of where I was at the time. And also I show off the pages in my journal, which I still have, of basically all the ideas for designing what I want the site to pretty much end up looking like. And eventually I'll come back to it someday, and I'll be here to document that. But for now, here's pretty much a peek of what I had before. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I've been so busy with school.
Stories in general are kind of a bit of a weird thing to me. Like, I like them, but a good majority of people just like swipe past them, or they just like spam click through them, and it's kind of like eh. And like right now I've been programming my social media website, so it's just like, do I really want to implement stories? It's kind of like a must-have, but it's also just like, I don't like that people just kind of skip through them most of the time. I don't know. Speaking of my website, I guess I'll show off some of like the UI design and share a bit of the ideas I've got going on in my brain. I did this during English class today, and my teacher was kind of upset because I wasn't doing the work. And being honest, I've like been ignoring them the entire time. Like, I participate in whatever, I haven't been doing the homework. But I've been programming in class, and then today I jotted down this entire idea that was sort of like in my head, so here we go. So general layout for like login and sign up stuff, it kind of doesn't really matter. Profiles, very similar to Instagram, but username, name, bio, status or bio here, profile picture in the corner, probably a square, maybe a circle, I don't know yet. And then our counts for posts, followers, and following are going to be over here instead of like underneath or whatever. Follow button, drop down menu. And then, you know, sort of like the Instagram layout, we have like our post sections down here. This would be like the general feed. This would be like Reels or IGTV. And then over here would be tags, but instead we're going to have posts. And then we're going to have a selection between like just general posts or all posts, because I'm going to have reposts on this. This would be pictures. This would be like tweets, basically, videos, and then tagged pictures. And so again, you can toggle on all posts or just the posts made by this individual user. And then you'd be able to see that separately. As all posts with the same layout menu, or just original posts with the same layout menu. So it's sort of like a transformative menu. And then I just wrote the page, very cool. Over here is just sort of like a layout for feed. The header would have the search bar, home button, explore button, dashboard button, logout button. Feeds are going to be just, you know, traditional stuff. This is like the layout for a picture, video, and like a tweet, sort of. Now, there's not much like, you know, new here. It's just like, again, I can either enable it so that you can see like reposts or just like original posts. So like if someone posts something and then 50 million people repost it, you can turn off the repost so that you don't see that same thing like 50 million times unless you want to. So that's like an idea, I guess. Same thing, except with like the Twitter sort of thing. You have your comments are here, your like reposts, and then likes, caption, of course. And then videos, pretty much the same thing, where we're gonna have a like dislike ratio instead of a like button. We're gonna allow 1x2s, 3x2s, 16x9, 9x16, 4x3s for all people. So basically 35 film photography is like what I'm into right now. And you know, Reels or like TikToks type of aspect ratio, or just ultra wide. And then like traditional 4x3 and 1x1. And so that's just like the different aspect ratios for both pictures and video. And then we'd have like the tweets, and that's nothing really new. It's basically just ripping off Twitter, honestly. But I want like all of them to be in like a single consistent feed, unless you choose to see them individually. And of course, whether or not you want to see original posts or all posts, including the reposts, basically. And then over here, I just sort of like laid out everything and expanded on that idea. So you can again choose to see, you know, the post by just the user, and then there's like the individuals, the categories, if you will. You can see pictures, tweets, basically, videos, and then tags. And then if you choose to see all posts, this includes their reposts as well. And it's pretty much the same concept, but it's like a different menu. Instead of like having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, instead of having 6 buttons, it'd just be 5 buttons, and then you click this one twice to go back or whatever. Now I guess I'll just go ahead and show off the what I have so far of the website. It really isn't much, but it took a while because I had to like set up a server on my computer. I had to make like a virtual machine and program like all the basic design elements and like the bare bones. There's still much more to be programmed, but basically what I have down officially is like the login system and the database for it to like, you know, log all the login information and encrypted passwords as well. So let me get this virtual machine running up right now. This is a VirtualBox. We're running Debian, which is a distro of Linux, for our server. Now I wasn't gonna pay for hosting, so I'm like running this on my computer locally until like I'm done finishing making the website, basically. So if that could just get loading, it takes a little bit. All right, it's done. I just have to log in. So the server is set up basically now. You can see right there, that's the virtual machine running the server on Linux. And I haven't purchased a domain for the website yet, so there's no like URL. So that all comes like when I'm finally done with making everything and like find an actual host for it to be like accessible anywhere you go, because right now it's like basically just stuck on my computer. But I'll just go off and show off the I'll show off the website now, what I have so far, really. So there's like the top logo concept, because there's no official name for this yet. So we're just sticking with concept for now. There's a search bar here, our home button, which would be like, I have to change this up based on the drawings I just showed, but this would be like the feed button. I forgot what that would be. I think it was like explore. This would be the dashboard, and then this would be the log out button. But right now we have our sign up, and basically you just sign up with your full name, email address, make a password, confirm the password, no typos.
So just to like go ahead and give a demonstration, we'll just autofill with my name and we'll use a different email address. We'll use this one, username, concept, just for funsies. So that's the password I've chosen, that's the username I've chosen, sign up. And right now it says username taken at the top of, or right here actually. This is like an error message that I programmed. So as you can see, you can't duplicate usernames, so we'll just go ahead and use that username. It's already taken a login basically, since I pretty much just showed off the basic idea. And then that's like the login screen as of now, like the login message. So I can show you the database right now actually. So this is the database over here. And so this like has like the users table, and these are the users basically. So we have both of my accounts, 2 different emails I tried, 2 different usernames, and then that's not the actual passwords I put, but they're encrypted, so I won't know what the password. Sorry, it cut off at the end there. So these are the passwords, and obviously I didn't choose these passwords. That's way too hard to remember. But basically, when you enter a password, it comes into the database with your username, your email, and then your name itself. But your password doesn't get shown to me just for security reasons, and also it's a lot harder. Like if someone were to hack me and like get into the database, like they can't pull a password out of this. This is, you know, it's gibberish. So it's also a security thing for me. It's just like, okay, you made an account through my social media. I don't know what your password is. So again, these aren't the passwords. You might have seen in the autofill data that I put in. It's way shorter than this. And yeah.
So this is basically like a personal project. I still have a lot more to do. After I'm done with the website though, I plan on making it an app. So I have to like make a developer account and stuff, and I'll be like trying to make an app for both Android and iOS. So I look forward to doing that, but I first have to finish the website, and there's so much that I'm trying to implement. But the general basis for the idea, you might have already pretty much noticed. I'm sort of collaborating, if that's a word. I'm basically mushing together Twitter with like its forum feed, sort of, or like YouTube's community posts. I don't know if you've ever seen those. With Instagram, of course. And I plan on doing like a Discord server voice chat functionality, because Instagram and Discord are like my most favorite social medias, mainly because Instagram is like the dump of all social medias, but also just the layout. So you can like instant message through that, but you can also instant message through Discord. So it'd pretty much be generally like mushing together DMs and Discord together. So pretty much like a Discord clone, but I haven't fully fleshed out that side of the idea, but I pretty much want to integrate Discord style like text servers and like text DMs with voice chats and like, again, server chats and stuff like that. And that'd pretty much be like group chats, if anything. Instead of just like boring, you know, plain DM and group chat, you can have servers and you can have regular DMs with like the Discord sort of vibe in terms of like functionality, and just like the administration that you can like put with Discord, with like having roles and all that stuff. And then there's like that main social media feed that has both pictures, videos, tweets, forum posts, sort of. And then profiles, I kind of want to base my profiles off of like Steam. I don't know if you recognize Steam profiles, but like Steam profiles have a lot of customizability. You can put whatever you want on it, basically, that it allows you to. So you would have your profile picture, and that could be like a GIF, or it could be the picture. Or I've seen Twitter recently implemented NFTs as profile pictures. I don't really mess with NFTs. I'm more of like a stocks person, but that's like a market for people out there, and like that's a way to bring people into the site and stuff, which is ultimately the goal. Like I want to build a network, basically, because that's the hard part with these days. Like you have to build a name and like actually have people come over, because there's already stuff out there and like it's big and people don't want to move. But I already showed the basic layout, but I didn't show like the background. So instead of it being like a boring white background like Instagram or Facebook, it's going to be like Steam profiles that have like that wallpaper background that you can put whatever you want, pretty much. YouTube used to do that way back in the day as well, so I might implement something like that. I'm not so sure. But there's going to be like a dashboard page. There's going to be the explore page, and then there's going to be like the going to the Discord clone, and then it's just logging out. And the dashboard would like have access to settings and, you know, your profile and all that stuff as well. So I have to flesh out the idea some more. Now, when it comes to moving that all over to mobile, that might be a bit tricky, because it's just like a lot of like, stuff that I'm trying to do already. And like I haven't gotten very far anywhere really with what I've done so far. But like I barely started this like last weekend, and like everything I've made so far is like over the course of like 3-4 days, probably like 18 hours total. It would have been much less, but I had to like set up the server, and like I had to set up the database and like do all like the internet stuff at my house, and then make it so that I can do it offline wherever I go as well on my computer locally. So like that added a lot of time to it, but otherwise I could probably done like really like 2 to 4 hours of work. So there's still so much that has to be done, and like I'm learning as I'm doing this as well. So it's just like